Wild, wacky stuff. Wild and wacky stuff. What interesting.
So a toast. A toast to Chuck Schuldiner, a toast to Death, the band Death, a toast to...
Toast.
The 30th anniversary of Human Slanche.
Lou.
Nail it, dude. Dude, nail it back. It ain't no candy.
There's a cold 12 and a bottle of Yeg.
Dude, that was so smooth. I could have another...
I like Yeg.
I will watch.
I do too, but that one went down the wrong pipe. Have you ever drank fucking Jägermeister into your lungs?
It'll clear your ears out.
No.
It'll clear everything out.
Ow! I felt like I ate a brick. It just went. I went, oh god! I was like, oh. I leaned forward and went, I can't breathe. Oh god! Hopefully it's gonna hit my bloodstream.
He's gonna be breathing licorice the rest of the night.
I'm gonna fart. It's gonna smell like some Fruit Loops or something. Kevin's gonna go, what is that? I farted.
Before we talk about the big book of true metal, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you still celebrate Halloween? Are you going to dress up for Halloween?
Always.
No.
Chad, you're real big on that.
I am.
You had parties and all that stuff.
Not anymore. We don't do that shit, but we go dress up, go outside, pass out candy, and we missed last year because of everything. This is my wife's. We don't do it as much because who knows why, but last year you get to miss it because of all the COVID stuff, and this year we're going to go embarrass the kid like we do the teenager, so we'll go dress out there.
Good.
And, I love it. I like dressing up. I don't know why.
What about you, Grego?
No, I usually go out. Last year I went out with Nisi on a date, so.
My thing is, like, the only people that are going to see me dress up is going to be pretty much, people in these offices, which essentially just comes down to you guys, because by the time we get here, nobody's here. So
who the fuck sees you?
Yeah, you guys. And so I thought, well, why not dress up for something this year, for something fun, something
like
heavy metal related. And then I thought, well, what would you guys want to see? And
I've already said something.
Well, Chad's favorite band is Exodus, and I thought it'd be fun to go as Exodus, to show up as Exodus. But I really
That's fucking weird.
There's no such costume as such, and I don't look anything like Steve Cedro Souza, the vocalist for Exodus.
And you damn sure don't have any kind of
lucky for him.
Well, you have, like I said, you have the voice for radio, Dave, and then they did this shit, and then we're all fucked.
Now
we didn't have any voice for radio, and we definitely don't have a face.
And now we don't have any listeners either.
Yes,
we've lost everyone. Okay, well, both of them.
All two.
Mom and Dad won't even watch. So, but I thought, I could just wrap myself in the shroud of Exodus for you audibly. So here's what Exodus sounds like normally. So, I know Chad's least favorite part of that is the vocals. So we removed the vocals. It sounds a little weird. You can still hear a little residual phasing.
Yes. Yeah, just
but
a little
the
bit.
vocals are gone.
They're gone.
Yeah. And then I thought, well, I'll just dress up as Exodus this year for
fucking this is what I want to hear. I love it.
Who's that brilliant vocalist?
That's that fucking man right there that I love fucking listening to. That's why I like playing music with him. Fucking love it.
We should do more music like this. I really enjoy this.
Let's do it. All right. Why aren't we going to? What's the deal? Okay.
All right, fine.
Start fucking tomorrow, Dave.
Everything starts tomorrow. We start
tomorrow.
Right now.
I'm not.
Get the guitar.
Wait. I'm not resting. I'm not going to stop until we get this done. Let's have a beer.
Cheers. Slanche, man.
Slanche. Salute. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. My God, I like that.
Nice improvement.
Yeah. See? That's how it should sound. That's how good thrash, good metal. It's supposed to have that vocal to it that sounds like.
A lot of people would disagree with that. There's a lot of people that hate these kind of vocals. Everybody's taste is different,
And I get that, but for me, it's exactly what I want to hear, and it's very weird. I mean, it's going to happen like that, right? Yeah. Kismet happens between songwriters and songwriters. It eventually happens, and it's fucking great writing music. I can just write it and go, I don't even fucking have to do anything. I just got to write the music and turn to Dave, and he's going to do this shit. And that's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's the way it should be, I think.
That's how it should be. There should be creativity all the way around it, and that's the only thing I do not like about the Testaments, the Exodus, the bands like that, where the vocalist has no teeth in the game of the songwriting, and I don't understand that. I mean, it's like...
It seems to be a California metal thing.
It's a weird thing.
West Coast metal does that quite a bit, where they hire in, the guitarist is the man, and he hires in everyone else.
It's odd, and I don't like it. This has been the stuff that we've been doing has been I feel like the best stuff I've ever done in metal, and I think it's the best stuff we've done ever together as together, and we've been together a long fucking time.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it truly is that. It's hey, what do you think about this? And then you write incredible music, and you put it out there, and you go, that's fucking great. And so there's a really good...
And nowadays, it's democratized. Everybody can do it. But, it's also harder to get heard because everybody can do it. And so we all come together on the same common ground of the bands that made this possible, that made this genre what it is today. And that brings us to the big book of true metal.
It sure does, man. And, I'll pull that bad boy on up there real quick.
Yeah.
I think I went through last week and got to Megadeth, and what I was doing with my own thing, and these are just shot pot things, pot, shot, pot. Fuck it, I'm drunk. But I wanted to put out
He's
there...
not drunk, Percival. He is completely sober.
I am. Absolutely, I am, Booger. And 1984, this rates up there with one of the worst album covers of all time. It's Anthrax's Fistful of Metal, but there was a song on that album. I heard it on Linda Silk's, where I heard everything. It was the 101 Rock Place, and it was one of the best shows on the radio. It's where we got to hear everything new, and Subjugator. What a fucking incredible song.
Yeah.
Dude, great. I mean, Neil Turbid is very hard to listen to. You know what I'm saying? It's not then it wasn't. If you listen to it now, we can always go, but it wasn't.
I wonder, we just didn't know what we wanted to hear. It wasn't like our tastes developed over time, and a lot of the same stuff. Steve Zetro Souza's voice, for example, being very high-pitched.
It never worked.
It's never appealed to me, but it appealed to a lot of people back then.
It did to me. It never did. It was the one turn-off of Exodus that never got them to that pantheon for me, but I fucking love the music so much that I couldn't help but please shut the fuck up, you know?
Anthrax has had some singers that I didn't...
Yeah, I know you don't. I absolutely love Belladonna. I thought it worked so well for Anthrax.
I love him as a human being. I think the dude is a cool motherfucker.
Yeah. But I actually love his vocals with Anthrax.
Really?
It's so unique to hear somebody that can actually sing and sing to thrash. You're like, what the fuck?
I just prefer the more punk rock approach, the more, thrash, crossover vocal.
Scott would pull that shit off,
Fuck yeah.
With SOD and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get that. What else did I have on here? Guys, if we have time, can I kind of do something here?
Yeah, do it.
And I've been thinking about this long and hard this whole week, and it's strange.
We have cameras in here. You can't pull that out.
You won't see it, so it's not going to matter.
I'm not going to be able to see it from over there.
Yeah, you're not going to see it, period. Anywho, what I was going to say is we make fun of Metallica a lot on this show, and we do it for only one reason, or I do it for one reason, is because Metallica is... No, they don't.
They really don't.
They were the band. There was nothing greater than Metallica for me for a period of time there. I thought they were the baddest of the baddest, the greatest of the greatest. The era of Mustaine, the great riding that you could hear seeping through Ride the Lightning. And Ride the Lightning gets overshadowed by Master of Puppets, which is really strange because Ride the Lightning is almost synonymous with Master of Puppets.
I thought Battery and Damage Incorporated were the two best metal songs that ever existed, and I thought that for decades.
You've always said that, and how do you start an album like Battery and go, bullshit? I know we were at the mall waiting for that album to come out, and at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, the mall opened, and we were there. Me, my buddy Lewis, and Sean. We went in there, we got the albums, and bought the cassette. And we got it, went to the house, because the reason I say that, because Ride the Lightning was such an amazing album and we'd already seen Metallica twice.
You know what's coming next is going to be fucking amazing.
Has to be, and it's a sister album. It's written the same. Fight Fire with Fire, Battery, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets. You see where I'm going?
This is what we were hoping for when the Black Album came out, and we waited for that album to come out.
No, not even that. You had Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Injustice for All. They all were structured the same, almost. They just swapped over, probably an instrumental with the end and end with the instrumental. The problem I believe, is that Injustice for All, I wasn't that excited when I heard it because the songs were a little too meh, and the recording was not what I was used to hearing, and it was very dry. But what I wanted to go on to was that Metallica was amazing. They were a trend-setting band, and you could basically say that they had two perfect albums, which is very hard to say for any band in any era of any music. Ride the Lightning, people go Escape. No, Escape was great. People go, well, Trapped Under Ice. Go fuck yourself. I mean, come on, we're talking about we're cutting.
If you're doing this to set them up for the big book, I've always assumed that they're getting at least 3 albums.
Dude, they get 3 albums. Dude, you can even say Kill 'Em All was great, but it's a granddaddy, and you can't say Killing Is My Business is good by Megadeth because it's not there. It's just not. It's a setup, but Ride the Lightning, you go, holy shit. So I would like to say, and I know when I put it on there, Ride the Lightning is one of my favorite songs. That's when I heard Ride the Lightning, even though I loved Fight Fire with Fire, I was like, God damn. When I heard it, I was like, God damn, this is the shit. When I actually bought the album and heard the song Ride the Lightning, it's epic. Go back. You haven't listened to it in fucking decades. I know you haven't. Go back. I did, and I went, wow. It's crowning, man. It tells a great story.
I want to touch on this. The comment that Metallica sucks, because that's a common thing that comes up,
yes.
and I've said it
and
before.
I agree with it.
That was a joke.
I know, but we've said it. I've said it
Metallica
1,000
sucks.
times. Yes, that's true. And I don't. This is a tough one because they have a very special place in our hearts. So we say things like that
because we loved them so much, and they let the metal fan down. Is where I was going to go. We felt like they were our own baseball team. We were fans. We were this and that. And
you say Metallica sucks out of context, and people will get very angry with you.
Yeah,
but if you're talking with older metal fans and you say Metallica sucks, I think everyone knows. Everyone knows what you mean.
They know what you mean, and then when you say it, you also go, God damn! If Hetfield was right here, right now, I would go, it's absolute no disrespect because you guys went into a pantheon that no one else could ever touch, and we all know this. But the whole problem that you have with it is that as metal fans, you go, man, you guys were so good, and we're never going to get to hear that again from that creative mind, and that's a hard thing to take because. It's just a hard thing to take.
Well, are they on the big book yet?
That's why I did. I put them as 1984 Ride the Lightning.
I don't have it on the screen unless you get it rolled.
Oh, you can't see it?
No, we're down to Pantera, 1990.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I didn't know. What
You're
are you
just sitting there talking.
doing?
I thought you were about to intro. You're making the world's biggest intro. We can't see it on the screen.
No, you still can't. God damn.
There it is.
Do that. So now can you see it?
Yeah.
And now you can't.
Now you've moved again.
Now we've moved it.
Now we're down to 2000. Yeah.
What is fucking thing? I tell you what.
Oh yeah, you're not going in year order anyway.
No.
So.
No, we're not doing that shit at all. So,
it's the big amalgam.
Guys, I just have one more song, and then and we'll just go from there.
Right.
We're gonna go in the order that I have it in here. I was gonna say Iron Maiden, obviously Iron Maiden. I'm a big. Well, that's not the song. I was a fan already of Iron Maiden. I got lucky. My cousin sent me Iron Maiden Killers from Japan, from overseas. I'm a kid. I'm 10. I think I was 10 or 11. And he knew how much I loved music, and I'd never heard this before. And we were already starting to get into heavy music, right? You already got heavy music, but when I heard Killers, I was like, oh my God. It was just a great album. And I liked Paul Di'Anno's vocals a lot.
Yeah.
I really did. But I loved Samson too. I already had a Samson album that had Bruce Dickinson. I loved Bruce Dickinson a lot, and he was in the band.
I never hear Samson. I never hear anyone talk about him. I never hear it played.
Well, this is back then in the day when you would get to hear this stuff then you would go to the vinyl and you would buy vinyl and you'd actually go try to find it. I'd go to the record store because we had a couple of places that we'd go to and say, hey, can you get Samson in? And it'd take about 2 or 3 weeks, and you'd get the vinyl that you heard, and that's how we would get it, and we would just try it out. That's what we did all the time. Mm-hmm. So I knew who Bruce Dickinson was, and I liked him. The music was okay for Samson, wasn't too bad. I mean, you're talking about the old days, right?
Yeah, you ride your horse up there, and you
exactly.
You purchased the wax cylinder.
I got off. When they mailed it to Pony Express, you get,
it takes weeks.
It takes a while.
But you give them a couple bits, and they
exactly. And hopefully I don't die of dysentery when I get there.
Right, exactly.
And so all those good things happen. So anywho, I'll never forget when Iron Maiden was actually released in the United States. It was the Number of the Beast album in 1982. Well, I didn't get to hear the album. I got surprised. I went to go see Judas Priest, and it was a Screaming for Vengeance tour. You don't know who was going to open for him. Well, guess who opened for him?
Journey.
Fucking Iron Maiden. Thanks for setting this up really well, Greg. Iron Maiden opened up with the song Number the Beast, and I was absolutely floored because it was Bruce Dickinson doing that. So anywho, when I heard the song 22 Acacia Avenue off of that actual album, I was like, what the fuck? And it wasn't the heavy song, it wasn't the flashy song, it was a soulful, badass metal song with vocals that were just great. And it was really tough between that and Hallowed Be Thy Name that just sparked me off of hearing that for the first time. And it changed me. I mean, Iron Maiden changed me at that point in time. I went, I like this shit. I like this shit a lot. I like it so fucking much. And it became a part of my life. Metal was ingrained in me from that day on. And so 1982 was the real big year for me. And it was the one that just totally fucking changed me.
And they say when you're 17, it's a big deal,
Yeah, it was. But I wasn't fucking 17, Dave, you bastard.
Sorry.
So how did Holy Smoke rate?
No, let me tell you how bad it is. Bring your Dota, bring your Dota. And then I slaughtered myself.
Every band has that one song that still sucks.
It's not that one song. Come on.
It's more than that. Yeah.
Iron Maiden, I will say one thing about Iron Maiden. In the days leading up to probably Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, which is probably one of my favorite albums by them, by the way, because it was just a really cool, unique album, is they started writing choruses that you went, what the fuck is that? When you hear like the evil that you got a good song like the evil that men do, but you hear the evil that men do lives on and on. You go, what the fuck is that?
That's the kind of shit right there that caused me to not pay attention to them.
I mean, and I get that because when you start hearing choruses like that,
I stay silent in conversations like this quite a bit because it's anathema in heavy metal to say that you're not a huge Iron Maiden fan, and I'm just not.
I get it. There's a line in the sand.
I respect the fuck out of them, but I'm just never got into them that.
That's amazing. But that's the problem with Maiden. You have a really good song, and all of a sudden you go, oh, good goddamn, what was that? What? And all of a sudden it gets really good again. But you're like, why? What'd you do? Hey, Eddie, baby. What'd you put your dick in the sink for, baby? What you put your dick in the sink for? That's bad, baby. That's bad, baby. Hey, baby.
Good
baby,
thing,
that's nasty.
good thing they got rid of that keyboardist.
That keyboardist? Hey, he went ahead and joined another band.
What was it, like Aha or something?
Cutting Crew.
Cutting Crew.
It was Cutting Crew.
Hi.
Close.
I just died in your arms tonight.
There you go.
I don't have it queued up anymore. Sorry.
Thank God, because
I should have kept it on the board. That would have been perfect.
Should have walked away.
You just got rickrolled.
You got rickrolled.
You got cutted.
We just lost our two.
Oh, they were smart. They got the fuck out of Dodge.
As a reminder to our
that
radio
is it.
listeners, you can watch this broadcast live on Twitch Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Central.
Or not. Oh, God.
If you're driving your car, find the nearest pole and steer directly into it.
Don't do that, please.
Stand on that pedal on the right. Coming up with the show, we'll play a dastardly game of True Metal Trivia, and we'll also hear some news of the weird. But first, let's hear some metal. We talked about the Giorgio a minute ago.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
Well, so
he's
we're
not
going to
on-
hear it.
He's not on what we're going to hear, but it did remind me. Did remind me of.
It did remind you of something.
Of something. It reminded me of bass players in general, and you know.
And a bass is in a band, and in a
it's
band is going to be music, and the music is going to be...
One of the genres of music is heavy metal,
yeah,
and that brings us to Obscura,
Your mascara's running, Dave. I'm sorry.
Devoured Usurper.
Right after the